Hi everyone, my name is Juliet, and I'm here to give a short presentation during this time of viral uncertainty. In 1946, when I was 2.5 years old, 74 years ago now, there was a large earthquake in the Aleutian Islands, and that in turn generated a huge tsunami that came barreling toward the Hawaiian Islands at 500 miles per hour. Like COVID-19, it was fast, furious, devastating. My grandmother and I managed to live because of some very compassionate and brave people who saved our lives. A young man put my grandmother on the tree, and she lived because of it. And we learned later that he had died. And I was plucked out from the sea. This man was running by, saw me, and he grabbed me and took him in his arms and took me to high ground. And that is how he saved my life. In thinking back on it, this is very much like what the doctors and nurses helping COVID-19 patients are doing today at this moment of the pandemic. Because I saw many parallels between the tsunami and COVID-19, I decided to read a poem from Hilo Rains, and this is no longer available, but I will tell you where it is later on in the program. So I'm going to read a poem from this book called Tsunami, April Fool's Day, 1946. Sun-bleached houses of Shinmachi line one end of Hilo Bay like crooked teeth. Sampans creak and mar the stillness of this unsuspecting fishing village. But soon seabirds take flight, lecture their premonitions. Groups of silence spring to attention. Curious, we bite into the porch railing with our bellies and watch the tide recede. Sleep-loosened hair caresses our faces and the morning air. We hear a rumble far off. Something's moving in, and before we know it, a tsunami has us walled in. The warnings come too late. We children are hurriedly piggybacked by Aunt Miyoko and Mother. Father rushes out to start his Model T. Namo Amidabutsu. Mother puts her hands together in gassho. Water curls above us like a tongue lashing. It breaks apart the house. The kitchen tonsil crashes with Mother's wedding china. We lose sight of grandmother. We head out for the car, but we never make it. We all link hands, and reminded to breathe deeply, we are warned to never let go. We all go under. The waves' force shoves us this way and that. Our Mikineko drowns, clawing the last shriek of the house. Things sink into this widening mouth of water, foraging for the young and old, those weak on their feet or in their will. Life burdens us. It seems easier to give up and die. But when air bursts into our lungs, we grow hopeful. We cling to things we can grasp. We float with debris and bodies whose whitened and astonished faces all look familiar. We retch and gasp. The tsunami tries 3 times to gulp us into the mouth of its watery womb. Exhausted, finally, the water subsides and ebbs once more, mindful only of the moon. The aftermath leaves people dazed and horrified. Flies come in hordes to taste death. People come to claim the bloated bodies of relatives and friends. Scavenger crabs run about picking at flesh, delighting in this new abundance, while people collapse in the solemn stench of putting things to right. Thank you very much, everyone. Keep well, stay safe, and if you'd like to have this book, which is out of print right now, just Google Bamboo Ridge Press UH System Repository. Just Google Bamboo Ridge Press UH System Repository, and books like mine that are out of print and other issues are online there. Thank you very much, everyone.